The day I got kicked out with nothing, I finally saw the truth about my useless husband. Location: a small weathered duplex in Tacoma, Washington. You can always smell the salt air mixed with barbecue smoke from somebody's backyard. My name is Ashley Chen. People call my husband Mike the quiet guy who fixes everybody's plumbing for cheap. That night I dragged myself home from the second shift at the hospital. The second I opened the door, the whole house smelled like Mike's famous short rib stew. He poked his head out of the kitchen apron on, grinning like a golden retriever. "Babe, you're home. I picked up Noah early from daycare. Teacher said he drew the cutest dinosaur." I kicked off my shoes and froze. There was a pair of brand new stilettos by the door that definitely weren't mine. In the living room, my mother-in-law Karen was sipping iced tea with some woman I'd never seen before. The woman gave me a fake sweet smile. "Hey Ashley. Karen and I were just talking about my fiancé, Mike's little brother Tyler. Wedding plans, you know." My stomach dropped. Karen set her glass down like she was dropping a bomb. "Ashley honey, Tyler and Brittany need a bigger place once they start having kids. This house is really a Miller family house. So we figured you and Mike could move out for a couple years. Let the newlyweds settle in. I'm sure you two have saved something, right?" I felt my face burn. "Karen, we paid the down payment with my parents' money. We've been paying the mortgage for 9 years. This is our house." Karen laughed like I'd told a joke. "That little down payment? Y'all spent that on vacations and Starbucks years ago. The house value went up. That's Miller family equity." Mike walked in carrying the pot of stew. His smile disappeared the second he heard his mom. "Mom. The title has mine and Ashley's names on it." "Stop." Karen slammed her spoon down. "I raised you, Michael. Don't you talk back to me because of her." That night I didn't sleep. I kept thinking about the last 10 years. How I used to roll my eyes when Mike came home covered in drywall dust. How I complained he wasn't ambitious. How I bragged to my friends that I married down, but at least he was handy. I never noticed he left the house at 5 a.m. every day to take extra jobs. Never thanked him for working Saturday nights at the food trucks so I could cut my overtime. Never saw that every bonus he got went straight to paying off my student loans. I was blind. 2 days later, Karen changed the locks while we were at work. All our stuff was piled on the front porch like trash. Noah's stuffed shark had tire marks on it. I sat on the steps holding my 6-year-old while he tried not to cry. He patted my back like he was the grown-up. "It's okay, Mommy. Daddy will fix it." Mike got home at 7. Still wearing his dusty Carhartt jacket. He took one look at the porch. At me crying. At Noah hugging that dirty shark. And something in his eyes broke. He didn't yell. He just picked us up. Hugged us so tight I could barely breathe. Then loaded every box into his beat-up Tacoma like it weighed nothing. That night in the cramped one-bedroom we rented above a donut shop, Mike lost it for the first time in 10 years. "Ashley, do you even see me as your husband? They threw you out on the street and you didn't even call me." I sobbed harder. "I thought you'd take your mom's side." He pulled me close. "Listen to me. You and Noah are my home. Not that house. Not my mom." you. The next month was hell. Karen sued us, claiming we never contributed to the family and wanted us out with nothing. Court day I wore the same white scrub top I wear to work. Across the room Tyler and Brittany had a whole legal team in suits. The judge asked if I had anything to say. I stood up with shaking hands and put a 2-inch thick folder on the table. Your Honor, here's every paycheck Mike deposited into our joint account for 9 years. Here's the little notebook where he wrote down every cash tip from the food truck nights. He never missed a mortgage payment. Not once. The courtroom went dead quiet. Then Mike's lawyer, some guy I didn't even know we hired, stood up and slid one piece of paper across the table. A gift deed. Signed by Mike's dad 15 years ago before he passed. The house was gifted to Mike alone. Not the Miller family. Just Mike. Notarized and everything. Karen screamed. That's impossible. Mike finally spoke. Voice calm but firm. Dad knew you'd pull something like this one day, Mom. He made me promise never to use it unless you left me no choice. Today you left me no choice. We won. Everything. Outside the courthouse Karen tried to slap me. Mike stepped in front and took the hit on his arm. Mom. We're done. You made your choice. On the drive home I leaned my head on his shoulder and held his hand for the first time in years. Mike. I'm sorry I was such a jerk to you. He glanced over and grinned like the sun just came out. Took you long enough, babe. We painted the old house the softest cream color. Planted hydrangeas on the porch. Every night after the food trucks close Mike still rides home on his old Harley. Me on the back. Noah sandwiched between us. Wind in our hair. Salt air in our lungs. I wrap my arms around his waist and whisper. Thank you for never giving up on me. He laughs the same goofy laugh I used to ignore. Ash, I didn't marry the girl everyone else saw. I married you. That's always been enough. If you've ever woken up and realized the person right beside you was the real jackpot all along, drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. Like and subscribe if this hit you in the feels. See you in the next one.